Okay, so it is the 28th of January. This was completed on the 15th, so about 2 weeks ago. Um, so we got the blood work and ultrasound back from the 15th, and things are looking really, really good. Hopefully, we can stay on this course. So, after going over these results, we'll explain the next course of action that we're planning on taking. So first, the results. Over here, we have the blood test from on the right from most recent blood work exam, and on the left over here is the one from November of last year. So on the left, you can see we were looking at pretty decent levels across the board. We had the absolute lymphocytes was a little low, and right here, the SDMA was a little high. So now we've got the new results over here. The SDMA has increased in that height a little bit, but they said it's nothing to worry about. They said she's probably dehydrated, which she is. Anytime we take her in for an ultrasound, she's not allowed to eat anything for, for about 12 to 18 hours. She's not allowed to eat anything. And she's hopping on my desk right now to say hi. I don't know if you guys can hear her. Let me see if she'll say something to you guys. Yeah, you want to say hi to everyone? Tell them you're doing better? Yeah, good girl. Okay. So she says hi. She's doing quite well. She's very energetic still, very playful, very cuddly. She loves to hang out with me in my little office space and just annoy me while I'm trying to work and do stuff. But yes, her blood work is looking pretty good because if you look over here where the absolute lymphocytes was low, but just barely low, you can see over here her absolute lymphocytes, where are they? Right there, are now in a normal range, about 1972, and the normal range is between 1200 and 8000. Over here, it was 1196, which was just below that 1200 range, but she's doing much better. The only thing that we're looking at is the SDMA, which they say is dehydration, which makes sense because normally she doesn't like to drink water unless she's eaten something. So we're looking really good. The blood test is coming back across the board, all 100% normal. So that is awesome. That is huge. And then down here, we have the ultrasound findings. If we go to the previous ultrasound, the liver had a mass of about 7 millimeter diameter, and over here wasn't there. They couldn't see it. Doesn't mean it's gone, but it is a very, I guess, inspiring or positive outlook is the fact that it didn't grow. Because if it grew, they would have seen it immediately, but it's not there. So they can't see it on this most recent ultrasound like they did on the one back in November. So that 7 millimeter diameter has not increased, because if it did, we would have seen it. The other thing that they noticed on the new ultrasound was that her duodenal papilla was enlarged, but that was where she had surgery to have that mass that was inside of her duodenal removed. So they put in the notes, the thickened duodenal papilla is consistent with a stent placement, which, yes, she did have a stent placement. So don't need to worry about that. It's not a big deal. The other thing they found was some fat around the proximal duodenum, which I don't know if that's a bad thing or not because they didn't say anything, so I assume it's normal. They said they didn't say anything about it, kind of completely ignored it, so I assume that means there's nothing to worry about there. But the one thing they did see that they didn't see last time and they're concerned about is the lymph node at the base of her liver has doubled in size from the previous one. So it was 4 centimeters in length over here, and now it is about 6.9 wherever it went. Yeah, they didn't mark down the size here, but when I talked to the vet, they said it was about 6.9 millimeters in diameter. And at first, it was kind of startling because they said the cancer could be moving to her lymph nodes, which would mean she's becoming systemic and cancer is spread throughout her entire body. However, I mean, it doesn't really make sense that it would spread to the lymph node at the base of her liver, but it wouldn't spread throughout her liver and grow more in her liver. So, liver's showing no cancer masses, lymph node is swollen. To me, I'm not a vet, not a doctor, not expert opinions, nothing like that. But to me, that kind of sounds like it took the mass that was in her liver and broke it down and it had to store it somewhere until it could like naturally get rid of it, which is naturally you would think it would go to your lymph nodes. That's where all toxins really go. So we're thinking that it broke down the cancer and needed a place to store it. So the lymph node is swollen because it's storing that leftover cancer. What we need to do is get the lymph node checked to see if it's cancerous. However, we don't want to open her back up, because the only way we can get to it is to do another surgery. And since her most recent surgery is still really fresh, we don't want to take her in and traumatize her even further with another surgery and then another 4 or 5 weeks to recovery. So the plan is to keep her on the ivermectin, keep her going. We're going to slowly dose down. So we're going to do 3 weeks on, 2 weeks off. So 3 weeks ivermectin, 2 weeks, nothing. And then back to 3 weeks ivermectin, 2 weeks, nothing, and so on and so forth. Slowly wean her off of it. The one thing we don't want to do is get her basically dependent on the ivermectin for her immune system to fight back. We don't want to do that. So we're going to do what we can to make sure that what she's getting is not going to replace her immune system, but help it and eventually wean off of it and get back to normal immune system. So since we're weaning her off of it, we're also going to see if, since there's less toxins being broken down and shoved into her lymph nodes, if that will help the swelling in her lymph nodes go down. If it doesn't, next time we do an ultrasound, if it's grown or if it hasn't shrunk at all, we will have to schedule another surgery for her, just to be absolutely 100% sure that it's not systemic cancer. But yeah, so far, she's looking absolutely fantastic. You heard her a second ago. She's happy to be here. Yeah, blood looks good. Ultrasound came back with some good and bad. I would say more good than bad. But if it is systemic, it is way more bad than good. But we're optimistic. We don't think it's going to be systemic. We just think that the toxins are being stored in the lymph node right now, and hopefully her own immune system can actually discard it out of her system entirely instead of storing it in that lymph node for forever. So future looks bright. We're going to stay optimistic. We're going to keep an eye on her. She hasn't really been vomiting very much. She's still having healthy stool, going to the bathroom regularly, eating a lot. She's gained her weight back. I think if we scroll back up here, it showed her weight. Well, it doesn't show her weight on here or here. Huh. Could have sworn I saw it up here somewhere, but I guess not. But when they weighed her in, she weighed 10.3 pounds. So she's gaining weight back, which is awesome. That's what we want to see. When she first went in, she was about 7 pounds ish. Then when she recovered from her surgery and we took her in again, she was about 8.2 pounds. And now she's back up to 10 pounds. So she's gaining weight back. She's getting better. That's awesome. That's all we could really ask for with what's been going on with her. So yeah, things are looking up. It's looking pretty awesome. Since she is now 10 pounds, we could up the amount of ivermectin to give to her to about 0.2 milligrams, but we're going to stick with the 0.1 because that's what's been working really good, and we're going to just stay the course, and hopefully next time we go in and get another ultrasound, lymph node will have shrunk, and we'll see no cancer masses anywhere. So yeah, things are looking great, and we hope to continue this and just keep her on that path to recovery. All right. Oh yeah, one last thing. We decided not to incorporate the sorafenib. So since she's doing great and we couldn't find any liver masses anymore, we don't want to do the sorafenib and overwhelm her immune system. So we're just going to keep her on the steady, straight and narrow, the steady ivermectin path. And if the lymph node gets bigger, then we'll probably move to the sorafenib in combination with ivermectin to see if that can help get that lymph node to go down in swelling. But as of right now, she's looking good, so we're going to stay the course. And yeah, hopefully next time we'll even have better results.